What is up everyone, today we're showcasing a cheap but still pretty good team for the Open Ultra League. This team doesn't have any XL, any Shadows, any Legendaries, or any Pokemon with legacy moves. So most of you should be able to build this team. The squad is centered around Dragonite, Escavalier, Core, a duo that's been around for a while for a good reason, because these two Pokemon cover each other very well. Dragonite of course loses pretty hard to like ice types and fairies, which Escavalier beats, and then Escavalier loses to ghost types and fire types, which Dragonite does very well against as well. There really isn't much that breaks these two up. Then in the middle, I'm running a Trevenant. That's going to be my safe switch. If I don't see a fire in the lead, I switch a Trevenant. Most of the time a fire will come out, but Trevenant as a grass type still has a lot of play against him. Now, Trevenant of course can be XL in the Ultra League, and if you do have an XL Trevenant, I do slightly recommend that, but it doesn't have to be. You can just run a regular level 38, 40-ish Trevenant, and it will be amazing. Like, there's really not much difference between non-XL and XL Trevenant. Anyway, let's get into these battles. First game, we see Walrein into my Dragonite. Absolutely horrible lead. Go to my Trevenant. This isn't even that good for Trevenant either, so it's not looking too good. But as long as I can get some chip on this Walrein and misalign or switch timers, I might be alright. To throw Icicle Spear, which I'll take, because Trevenant can take that. Throw the Seed Bomb. In comes Giratina. Very bad for me. They made a beautiful catch onto the Seed Bomb. Doesn't do anything to the Giratina. Can I still reach a Shadow Ball? I barely reach a Shadow Ball here, so I will fire onto this Giratina right now. Really hoping to see a no shield here. We do see a no shield. Giratina almost gets taken out. I don't wait out my switch timer, because I'm really hoping that after I kill their Giratina, I can bring in my Escav versus their Walrein and they'll be switch locked. But they're smartly waiting out their switch timer. So honestly, after I bring in Escav here, they're probably going to be able to switch pretty soon as well. Actually, it doesn't look like it. They throw a move here. During the game, I wasn't counting that well, but counting now, this could have only been an Icicle Spear. So I should not have shielded that. I don't think it could have been an Earthquake. But yeah, it's all good. In comes to Cresselia, and this is actually very fun. This is where Escavalier really shines. I don't see Escavalier see much play anymore, but I think it should. I think Escavalier is super strong because it breaks cores like Walrein, Cresselia. Actually a very common duo I've seen, but Escavalier very good against both of them. Unfortunately though, one Mega Horn doesn't kill the Cresselia, so gotta hit a drone as well. You're gonna throw another move here, which I'm gonna let go because I'm more worried about an Earthquake from the Walrein. I'm gonna bring in Dragonite right here. Their switch timer isn't up yet, so what I'm gonna do is just shoot this move up. I can't farm down because their switch timer is up now. In comes the Walrein. Gonna throw this move. Remember, also the drone stored on the Escavalier. So if they shield this, which they do, I got a drone for this later. They are gonna farm me down right before I can get to the Dranclaw, but I did have a drone stored up, and I win CMP versus the Walrein, so Escavalier will be able to take out this Walrein, and then Cresselia comes in, but I'll be able to farm down that as well. GG. Next match, we see a Cresselia Lead into my D-Knight. Not the best, so I'm going to switch into my Trevenant. In comes a Talonflame. And, you know, this is where Trevenant actually does better than you would expect. If you can get some baits here, you can actually win this matchup in the 1s and sometimes even the 2s. I got my first Seed Bomb bait. Gonna shoot up this Flame Charge, because I really want to either get 2 shields down or take switch here. I expect them to shield again, so I'm gonna throw the Seed Bomb on the CMP tie here. If I take a shielder, that'd be amazing. Was a CMP tie. I'm gonna shield this up again because I know I'm 4 Shadow Claws away from a Shadow Ball, which means I will get there before the second Incinerate hits. And I do get there, and it should take out the Talonflame. Trevenant, a grass type, taking out Talonflame. Pretty amazing right there. In comes Cresselia. Again, this is really good for me now because I can bring in my Escavalier into this Cresselia. In comes a Charizard, but unfortunately it's running Dragon Breath, which makes this matchup much worse for my Dragonite. I'll be able to throw one Dragon Claw here and then farm me down afterwards. I'm not even able to reach a Hurricane. Luckily, I will reach this Dragon Claw though, so this should do a good chunk. I was really hoping I'd put it in farm down range for Escavalier, but this is definitely in farm down range. So I'm just gonna throw this Duran immediately, and now I should be able to kill the Cresselia with the Mega Horn, because they're already chipped a little bit. Yeah, with some counters, Mega Horn will definitely kill. To go for the Moonblast here. This doesn't do that much. I can survive too, but they do get the attack fall. And that attack fall is gonna cost me right here, most likely, because I don't think, unless I can reach a Mega Horn plus Duran, I don't think I'll be able to kill this Cress. Going for the Mega Horn here, brings him deep into the red, doesn't kill him, and they go for the move. If they didn't get the debuff there, I would have won this game, but it was just not meant to be. GG. Alolan and Ninetales lead, super bad for Dragonite. In comes Trevenant. Since its Charm is actually an okay-ish matchup for the tree, because Shadow Ball just does so much, and I can get to 2 of them before this A9 can get to 2 Weather Balls, so it's really not that bad. But if they double shield, they can definitely charm me down. Another option here is like baiting with Seed Bombs, and then you can get to 3 Seed Bombs to at least do some damage in the 2 shields. But I like to just go straight Shadow Ball. They don't shoot the second one in this case, and we would have killed this thing before the next Charmer Gesture, but I decided to throw the move, which there is no reason to shield that. I'm just gonna farm this down with Dragonite at this point. Fortunately, I did lose Switch Advantage, but with their Charmer gone, I'm hoping Dragonite can really do a lot of work. In comes a Registeel though, which is super bad for Dragonite. Bring in my Escav, in comes Swampert, and this might be okay, because I can survive a Hydro Cannon here. Which I will. I don't shield the first move, because I'm afraid that if I shield that Hydro Cannon, they'll be able to get to an Earthquake before I hit my second run. So I'd rather just let the first Hydro go. We're gonna get a little bit of stutter here, which makes me unable to throw the Duran there. But I think they should have reached the Hydro before my Duran anyway, so I don't think it really mattered. Gonna overfarm by 1, throw the Duran here into the Swampert. And now I just gotta hope I can take out this Registeel with the combination of my very low health Escavalier and my Dragonite. This is where Lock-on is very bad for Registeel, because it can't really farm down my Escavalier that easily. So I get to the Duran, in comes my Dragonite. By the way, notice the CP of the Registeel is only at 2412. I would probably have a rougher time taking this out if it's like fully Excel, but I think either way I should be fine. Gonna throw a Dragon Claw here into the Registeel just to do some chip damage, so I can hopefully farm it down with Escavalier after that. They're already deep into the red. 2 more counters after this will probably do it. This Zap Cannon definitely gonna take me out. 1 counter, 2 counter, we take out the Registeel. GG. Alright, Jellicent Lead is a very interesting one. It's a hard counter for Escavalier, so I definitely gotta stay in here. I throw my Dragon Claw right before the 5th Hex. They're now at like Ice Beam and Shadow Ball, but most Jellicents don't run Ice Beam, they run Bubble Beam, Shadow Ball, so I'm just gonna let this go, because I can survive a Shadow Ball, and I definitely don't want to shield a potential Bubble Beam. In comes Crafty, and I bring in Escavalier. And now I realize I might have made a mistake, because it's definitely A9 in the back, or Alolan Ninetales. It's a very common team. Jellicent, Scrafty, Alolan Ninetales. Unfortunately for Escavalier, this matchup also isn't that good. Look, they pupped me twice now, and if they double shield these Durans, I'm definitely losing this matchup, right? Look, they shield this again and they win this matchup. Escavalier just isn't bulky enough to take out this XL Scrafty. It's insane. And that is where you see the downside of, you know, these classier non-XL Pokemon. You just can't really hang with a lot of the XLs, which is a tad unfortunate. In comes Alolan Ninetales here now, and we saw this matchup before. The Trevenant can definitely hang in this, but it will be very, very close. My first Shadow Ball gets shielded, that's fine. At that point, going for a Seed Bomb bait is my lose condition. I know I can get the 2 Shadow Balls and take out this on Alolan Ninetales, so I don't have to go for Seed Bomb baits. It's just unnecessarily risky at that point. This Shadow Ball hits, and I'll be able to farm down before it takes me out. Problem is though, I might have given them too much farm, because they get like 2 hexes of energy here, which means they now have a bunch of energy. I'm actually kind of losing track, so I'm just going to let this go, expecting the Bubble Beam, and that will secure me the win right there, because they won't be able to hex me down before I farm them down. And they're definitely not getting to 2 moves. So, GG. Dragonite into Mandibuzz. Now, this is not a great matchup for Dragonite. Mandibuzz is just much, much more tanky than D-Knight. So, not the best, but at least I see it here. I would rather see it here than on my Trevenant. I throw my Hurricane and I kind of overtap it, so they manage to catch it on their Stunfisk. Very, very bad throw by me, honestly. That should never happen. Versus a 3-turn move like Air Slash, you always should make sure you throw in the middle of it. But I failed to do so, and I paid the price with that catch. I would have really liked to just get my my Trevenant on this instead. Because Trevenant is a good counter here to the Galarian Stunfisk. And very bad versus Mandibuzz, so I'm actually glad to see it has some use here. And I am expecting another Dragonite answer in the back. Hopefully it's Registeel or Alolan Ninetales, because Escavalier does very well there. Kind of expecting Registeel at this point, because Double Steel is definitely a thing. Because of that, I'm actually gonna save this Trevenant. I don't really want this Mandibuzz to get more farm. So I'm just gonna bring in my Dragonite, throw this Dragon Claw, kind of intending to sack it to the Registeel later, if it is Registeel. They're actually throwing moves though. So again, I'm still expecting Registeel at this point. So I'll let these go. Another one comes in, gonna let this go, otherwise I would just get farmed down anyway. And now it's all up to Escavalier. Gonna bring it in right now, but it's actually a Jellicent, which is super, super bad for Escavalier, of course. We get a little bit more lag, of course, as always. Gonna go for the Run, hopefully 2 kill, but these really don't do too much damage. Unfortunately, I still have my Trevenant as well, so might be alright. Gonna expect the Bubble Beam bait there, so I let it go. Luckily, that wasn't a Shadow Ball, because that would definitely taken me out. But at this point, those are the calls I need to make. They throw another move, expecting the Shadow Ball shielded up, but it's just another Bubble Beam. Unfortunately, gonna try to catch the next one. Unfortunately, they don't throw, but they do throw after I get in a couple Shadow Claws, which is actually quite good. This has now put him into a range where Drurn might be able to KO. Gonna go for it right here. Is this enough? They actually shielded up. And we CMP tied as well. This is probably another Bubble Beam, but I kind of have to shield at this point, otherwise I'm just gonna get farmed down. Don't know if a Durant KOs now. It's gonna throw on the CMP tie. I throw and they catch the move, but luckily for me, it didn't fire because the game is broken. Very nice, but you're gonna see it doesn't really matter. That Mega Horn doesn't even knock out. I am the buff. The Jellicent is extremely tanky. This Durant, unfortunately, will not knock out. Barely not. And they're gonna Bubble Beam me, and that is unfortunately the loss. GG to my opponent right there. Alright, Giratina lead into my Dragonite. If it's a Shadow Claw, this is super good. If it's Dragon Breath, it's much less good. But since I win the CMP tire, I can still win out this matchup. I'm gonna throw a Dragon Claw. They no shield, it doesn't really do that much. I'm much squishier than Giratina, so I gotta shield this up or I'll die. At this point though, I'm pretty sure I can farm this down right before they get to their Dragon Claw. Farm it down, and they don't get there. I did get there though, so they actually died with the move, which is super nice. In comes a Registeel. I bring in my Trevenant here because it is of course a good answer. I'm kind of expecting like a Talonflame in the back. Well, I'm not expecting a Talonflame in the back, but I need to save my Dragonite for a potential Talonflame, and it does come in here, so that's pretty good. It's gonna Seed Bomb Bait there, because I know if I Seed Bomb Bait, I can get to a Shadow Ball afterwards. Now I did lure out the Talonflame. This is not too good because my Dragonite is super low, so I actually have to shield this up. If I don't shield this up, I'm pretty sure I can't take out this Trevenant or this Talonflame with my Dragonite, because I just get farmed down. I'm gonna Shadow Ball here, hoping they no shield, but I actually shielded up. It's quite unfortunate. I'm gonna switch to D-Knight here, and I make a mistake. I throw my Dragon Claw immediately. I could have thrown like 3 more Dragon Breaths there, because they did a full Incinerate when I came in, right? I could have thrown like 3-4 more Dragon Breaths there and then got enough of Dragon Claw, which would have put this thing way lower. I'm really hoping I can survive 1 Incinerate at this point on my Trevenant, but I cannot. Can I counter this down? They have a move. They have a move, but look how low their HP is. It's so low. If I would have just done those couple more Dragon Breaths, I would have been able to farm down easily, and then my Escavalier would have been a Registeel. So that was really just a failure on move timing on my part, but if I had done that correctly, I could have definitely won that match. Anyway, that was the final battle. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck to your battle trainers.
Done.